All right, so we're going to do a restorative yoga class. So if you're watching the recording, you're going to need a couple of bed pillows. Any old pillow will do, and one or two folded blankets. All right. And we'll get into more about what restorative yoga is as we go along. But for now, let's start by just getting centered like we normally do. So sitting nice and comfortably, sit tall, allow the eyes to close. And take a breath in through the nose, please. And out of your mouth, exhale. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, mouth. Inhale, nose. Exhale, mouth. Inhale, nose. Hold the breath in at the top. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, mouth. Inhale, nose. Holding in for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, mouth. One more time. Inhale, nose. Holding in. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, mouth. The mouth closed, breathing through the nostrils. And just through that breath practice, feeling yourself a bit calmer, more present, a bit more awake and aware. Good. And then take a deeper, fuller breath, bringing your palms together. Lower the chin and honor yourself as you are in this moment, body, breath, energy, and mind. And then go ahead and rub the palms together. Taking the heated palms over the eyes and brushing back over the head, down the neck, and bringing yourself back to the space around you. Good. And so how the class will go is that we'll practice each posture kind of one after another, but every time I'll show you what to do, and then I'll ask you to do it. So to get started, I'm going to ask you to grab both of your pillows and just stack them one on top of the other. And you're going to bring them to one end of your yoga mat here, okay? And I have the closed ends of the pillows towards my body. This just makes sure that there's not a bunch of bunching up that'll happen in the back body here, okay? So I'll come and bring my back to the pillows. And before I lean back, I'm going to bring my legs into butterfly pose. So the soles of the feet are together and the knees are wide here. Now, to give you some more stuff you could do if you want to, is you could bring some support underneath the thighs. And to do that, you would take 2 blankets in this case, nice and folded up. And I'm going to take mine, I'm going to fold it to be about, about 3 to 4 inches thick. And that'll slide underneath one leg, and I'll do the same thing on the other side. You could also use like a throw pillow if you have something from your couch or something, but something so that the knees are supported and it doesn't feel like your hips are really straining here. Okay. Now, once you have that aligned, you can press down the pillows behind you and just lean back over the pillows. And this feels this feels so good already. And allow the arms to lay out to the sides. Okay, and this will be our posture. We'll hang out here for a little bit. So if you're already in the pose, stay in it. If you're not, I'll walk you through it again. Soles of the feet together in butterfly. And if this just doesn't work for you at the end of the day, you can just extend your legs straight out forward. Maybe bring some support underneath the thighs. And then once you feel supported with the legs, you can then lean back on top of the pillows And let your palms turn upwards toward the ceiling. And make any adjustments to make yourself just a little bit more comfortable here in this pose. And once you feel a bit more comfortable, allow yourself to rest in stillness. And stillness is essential in restorative yoga because the less you do, the more happens in this pose. The more you relax, the more the chest opens, the deeper the back bend becomes. The less you effort, the more the hips open here. The easier it is to breathe to your belly. Relax the muscles of your face, your eyes, your forehead, your jaw. Now, as we stay in this posture a little bit longer, I'd like to employ just a small breathing technique. And the technique is to make your exhale longer than your inhale. So you'll inhale for a normal amount and then just slowly exhale, extending the exhalation. This extending of the exhalation signals to your brain to relax your nervous system even more, to calm whatever needs to be calmed, to soothe whatever needs to be soothed here. Begin to notice the breath moving in your body. And when you feel ready, begin to take a deeper, fuller breath. Then reach back with your dominant arm and hand and grab behind your head and assist the neck and head as you sit up to a seat. All right, I could have stayed in that for another 20 minutes, but we have more that we want to do than relax into. So for our next one, it's going to be a twist. So we'll do it twice, once on each side. So we can kind of keep the body right where it's at. And what you'll do is you'll bring the feet flat to the floor, knees bending, and my feet are walking as far forward as they can before they have to pop up. Okay, and just back up from that point a little bit. Now from here, just go ahead and take your knees to the right, roll around, bring that left hand around to begin to look somewhere in the direction behind you, to the right and behind you. At this point, you'll take the stack of pillows and you'll slide them to be in that same direction. Okay? You'll slide them really close to your body and then compress the pillows down next to you, or right in front of you, I should say, and then drape the belly and the chest down onto the pillow stack. And your head can turn in either direction. If the head is turning to the left, it's a little less intense. If the head turns to the right, it's a little bit more intense. Okay, so pick which one you'd like to do and find your way there. The knees going to the right, compressing the pillows down and draping the body down over the pillows. And turning your head in whichever direction feels supportive to you today. Now, just like our first posture, once you come into the pose, make any adjustments to make yourself a little bit more comfortable here. This will be here for a little while, and it's good to do that without it being too unbearable. And then feel yourself find some stillness in this twist. And as you feel your body relax, begin to slow down your exhalation. Slowing down the exhalation. When you're ready, slowly begin to deepen your breath. And take your time as you bring the hands to the floor and peel your body away from the pillows and unwind to center. Good morning. So move the pillow stack back to the center of your mat behind you, just so that they're within arm's reach when we do the other side. So we'll do this one together. The feet are about mat width apart, feet flat on the floor to start, and then drop the knees to the left, rock up onto the hip, and roll around to look somewhere behind you and to the left. Now, when you've come to your furthest point in that rotation, then slide the pillow stack to point in that direction, shooting off of your hip. Compressing the pillows closest to you, you can then drape the chest and belly down onto the pillows. And just like on the first side, your head can turn in either direction, depending on how deeply you want to twist here, depending on what feels good on your neck. And of course, once you've come into the pose, make adjustments to make yourself more comfortable. It's even okay if you have to come out and come back into the pose to find that comfort. And once you've found that comfort, find stillness, letting go of effort in the body. And just letting gravity and the position of your body do the work for you here. Just keep relaxing, keep letting go. And once you feel yourself relax a bit more, you can begin again to extend the exhalation. Not through effort, but just by letting the exhale take its time. Extending the exhalation. And slowly beginning to deepen your breath. You can slide your hands back and peel your body away from the pillows and carefully unwind. Good. Chair yoga is so much, or not chair yoga, restorative yoga is so much fun. All right, so for the next exercise that we'll do, we're going to do a lateral stretch. And for this one, I'm just going to ask you, actually, change my mind. We're going to do a different pose first. We will come back to that one. You will need both pillows, probably. Okay, so I'll demonstrate it really quickly. This is just a raised hips exercise. So I'm going to start by sitting on the edge of the pillow stack. The pillow stack is at the center of the mat. And then I'll just relax down over the pillows and take my heels a little bit wider than my yoga mat, my arms just resting out to the sides. And this just pushes the hips upward, creating a gentle traction or stretch in the front of the hips, helping to alleviate tension that builds up, especially when we sit a lot. Now, if this is too intense for you, you could just use one pillow. All right. So that's where we're at with that one. So when you're ready, have the pillow stack at the center of your mat, sitting on the edge of the pillow stack, and then carefully release your body down over it. Again, the feet are about just a little bit wider than your yoga mat, the toes flopping off to the sides, and your arms resting down by your sides, palms face up. You can close the eyes. And make any adjustments here to be more comfortable. And once you're comfortable, find stillness. And once you've found stillness, take your time with the exhale. Try to relax any gripping of the muscles around your abdomen and pelvis here. Think about the tops of the thighs melting. Slowing down the exhale. When you're ready, begin to feel your breath deepen. And taking your time, you can roll to a side before bringing yourself up to a seat. Good. So in my experience, people either love or hate that one. But I love it. And one of the reasons I do love it is because it's great if you're feeling a little backed up, if you know what I mean. There's a gentle inversion of the pelvis, which allows the pressure on the muscles and organs of the pelvis to kind of slacken upward toward the chest, creating a bit more space for things to move along, if you know what I mean. So if you need that one at any point, please use it. For the next few experiences, we're not going to be holding the postures for as long, and you'll kind of feel why. We'll still stay there for a while, but there's going to be some compression around the soft belly and sides of the body. And in my experience, people don't feel that comfortable staying there for too long, but it is an important experience to have. And so for this one, you'll just need one of your pillows. And I'm going to take this pillow and lengthwise fold it in half. Okay. Now this is going to spring back open, so I'm just going to keep holding on to it. And I'm going to come to sit on my right hip. Now the goal here is when I come to lay down is that my hip bone is on the floor and my rib cage is on the floor. Okay. And the pillow is compressing into my side waist. Now, once we're here, you could take a folded blanket and bring it on top of your right arm to create a pillow. And we're going to hang out here for a little bit and just let the soft belly soften even more and see what happens. Okay. So if you're already there, stay there. But if you're not, I'll lead you through it. You'll need one pillow and one blanket. And you'll fold the pillow in half lengthwise, sitting on the right hip. Just drape your body down over that pillow. And again, the hip bone stays on the floor and the rib cage comes to the floor. You can slide that blanket underneath your head. Good. Now my legs are just knees bent, kind of opening a little bit here. And the free hand, the left hand in this case, I like to have mine flat on the floor in front of me. Some people like just to have the arm resting on their side, maybe up toward the head. It's really up to you where that hand goes. It's just kind of a free appendage at this point. But like always, do find any way to make this a bit more comfortable for you if you need to. And then find a place of stillness here. And relax that exhale, making it longer than the inhale. Staying for just a few more breaths. And then deepening your breath. When you're ready, you can begin to peel yourself away from the floor, coming to a seat. Good. So you probably feel something on the right side after that compression. So we're going to balance that out by doing the other side. And some of the thought here is that we're putting compression on the internal organs on the sides of the body and kind of pushing out the bile. And then when we release the posture, we allow fresh fluid to come into the internal organs. So it's kind of a, I hate to use the word detox, but it's kind of like a detoxifying practice. So go ahead and shift to your left hip. You'll need the same props as the first side. You can do this one together, folding the pillow in half lengthwise. Your left hip bone is on the ground. And you're going to drape the side of the body over that pillow roll until your left rib cage comes to the floor. Okay? Try to have the hip bone on the ground. Try to have the rib cage on the ground as much as you can. And you can bring that blanket back underneath the head for some support. So the head is supported here. And then do whatever you need to do with the legs to be comfortable, and do whatever you need to do with this right hand to be comfortable. But do find comfort, shift around if you need to. Even if that means coming out of the pose and coming back into it. And once you've found a comfort, find stillness. And once you find stillness, find your extended exhale. And just keep letting go. staying here for just a little bit longer. And then slowly begin to deepen your breath. Take your time as you peel yourself on up to a seat and feel. Good. So there's one more exercise we're going to do with this abdominal compression, and that's going to be the belly. Now, this one, in my experience, has been the least comfortable of the three sections itself. But again, there is this idea of putting pressure on the belly, or on the internal organs, I should say, to kind of push out what needs to be pushed out, and then we release it to let back in what needs to be let back in. I'll give you a couple of options this time. You can, if you'd like to, use the pillow. Again, it's just one pillow folded in half. Now, this pillow, once I come down to lay down on it, is going to rest between my ilium, my two hip bones, and my floating rib cage. So this space right here, soft belly, this will compress right into it, like so, which takes a little bit of adjusting to come down. Okay, now if that's too much for you, what you'll do instead is take your blanket and roll it into a less thick roll, okay? Because this is pretty thick. Once you come to lay down on it, it's probably going to be 2 or 3 inches thick. A blanket rolled up might be a little bit more your speed. So that might even be too thick still, but you can roll it to one that feels good for you. Okay? So if it doesn't feel good with the pillow, you have other options. Okay? So to come into it, of course, we're going to fold the pillow in half. And I'm kneeling here because I'm kind of going to do a push down, not a push up, but a push down onto it. So you got to kind of eyeball it, like where are my hips? Where are my ribs? And again, those two little hip bones, they're going to be reaching toward the ground. They might not touch the ground completely, but they're on the back side of the pillow roll. And then your rib cage is on the front side of the pillow roll, the chest coming down to the ground. And you can take your feet about mat width apart here, just helping there to be more space in the pelvis and abdomen. And you can cross your arms in front of you and bring your forehead down on the backs of the arms and hands. If you want more support there, you could bring a folded blanket on top of your arms if you want. Now more than ever, I want you to relax. It's normal to feel cramping here. And I want you just to breathe through it. Think about it as discomfort, not danger. Something to be aware of, but not to run from. And in time, that cramping or discomfort will pass. Just noting we won't be here as long as we've been in some other postures, but we will be here for a minute or two. So breathe for what comes up. What comes up might be physical, it might be emotional. Some people feel a fear response in this pose. And just see that as it is. It's just a brain wave firing. There's nothing to be afraid of, just to be aware of. You might even feel a pulse around the navel. Staying for just a little bit longer. And then slowly begin to deepen your breath. Slide your hands back under your shoulders. And just do a push up to your hands and knees coming off the roll. And if it feels all right for you, just come into child's pose for a moment. It's not technically a restorative posture, but it's just a good place to go after that one. And just feel your belly drop. The knees can go wide. Good. And then go ahead and walk your hands back, coming up to a seat. All right. So that one can bring up stuff. It can be a little intense, but it's a great one to feel. And there's a lot of curiosity around what's functioning here. I could feel internal organs moving around, my digestive system, etc., that pulse at the navel, and also plenty of discomfort that I had to breathe through. So, yeah, let's do something else now. For this next one, we'll be laying down on our backs, and I'll demonstrate it for you really quickly here. And you may need one or both pillows, and you'll see what I mean. So I'll just have those handy here. Good. So laying down in the center of the mat, to set this up, I'm going to move my hips to the left side of my mat. My feet and my shoulders stay in center, okay? Then I'm going to bring the left knee into the chest. And with an exhale, I'll take the knee across the body toward the floor on the right side. Now at this point, you'll slide one or both pillows under that lower leg from the knee to the ankle to support it here. The left arm hangs back behind you and the chin can turn to the left as well. And I like to take my right hand on top of the leg here. It's just a habit, but it's comforting for me. And I'll just stay here in the supported twist. Okay? So your turn. Coming to lay down in the center of your mat and have the pillows somewhere on the right side of your body so you can grab them easily. Once you lay down, take the hips to the left side of your yoga mat. Feet and shoulder stay at the center. Bring your left knee into your chest. And when you're ready, take that left knee across the body toward the floor on the right side. Slide the pillows underneath the lower leg, supporting from the knee to the ankle. Your right hand can rest on top of that leg if you'd like to. And then feel your left shoulder relax back, your left arm relaxing open behind you, and maybe even turning your chin to the left. Make any adjustments to be more comfortable here. And then find stillness. And then find your extended exhale. Now beginning to take a deeper, fuller breath. Carefully bring the head back to center. And then carefully unwind from the pose, scooching your hips to the center of your mat. Just feel sensation in center for a moment. And then move your pillows to the left side of your yoga mat. And with the legs extending forward, you're in the center of your mat. Move just the hips to the right side. Feet and shoulders stay in center. Then bring your right knee into your chest this time. And with an exhale, take the knee across the body toward the floor on the left side, and then scooch those pillows, one or both, underneath the lower leg from the knee to the ankle, supporting. Your left hand can rest gently on top of the right knee or thigh. And then feel your right shoulder ground behind you, the right arm extending out, and maybe even turning your chin to the right as well. And make any adjustments here to be a bit more comfortable. And then once you feel more comfortable, find stillness. And once you find stillness, extend the exhale. Beginning to take a deeper, fuller breath. Carefully begin to unwind, scooching the hips back to center. And slide one of those pillows underneath your knees and thighs. And bring either the pillow or one of the blankets folded underneath your head. And we'll just rest here in a supported Shavasana for a few minutes. Feeling the body uncross, feeling yourself let go of effort. And as you're resting here in Shavasana, in your mind, I'd like you to find peace. Is there an aspect of your awareness, your consciousness, that already feels peaceful, already feels calm and spacious? Even if other things are true, let that be true too. At peace. And imagine that that awareness of that peace is like a light. And like light, it expands, it illuminates. And let that light of peace bathe your mind. peace, peace, peace. Taking a deeper, fuller breath. Bring some gentle movement to the body, the hands and feet, the arms and legs. And carefully roll to your right side. And coming on up to a seat when you feel complete here. And when you're there, bring your palms together at the heart and lower the chin, honoring yourself for the rest you allowed yourself in this practice tonight. And may that rest and this practice continue to serve you. So until next time, namaste.